want to say thank you for tuning in to the Kenneth Smith Let's Talk show. I have a question. I want to know, have any of us ever been to a place to where we really felt like quitting? A place to where we really felt like giving up, really felt like throwing in the towel. Life have came at us at a rapid speed and we don't know what to do. Our bike is against the wall. Friends that we thought we could depend on, that we thought we can count on, have seemed to turn their bike on us. So often we'll go through so many stages in our life to where we are scared, we're afraid, we don't want to be left alone, we don't want to be lonely, and we don't want to lose. We get crazy, seem like, when things don't go the way we plan for it to go in life. Oftentimes we'll find ourselves at a crossroad, not knowing whether to go left or right, or stay on the same path, or go backwards. Because there's sometimes in our life where we feel like going backwards is the safest route because we're familiar with what's back there. We oftentimes feel like we know what we did wrong back there. Oftentimes we feel like that. But I think it's time for me to take another turn and see what's down that way, or take this turn and see what's down that way. And when trying to do something different and trying to do something new, oftentimes we would be confused by all the options that we have in front of us. I've seen that place many times. I've seen it growing up as a child when I had to make the decision of whether I would stay in my family house and auntie's house and different ones' house, or whether I'll go and just sleep in a park, so that I feel like I'm not moving around anymore. Growing on up, I've had to make that decision leaving out the park. The day my auntie and my grandmother told me that they was going to sign me up for the Brunswick Job Corps Center. And I have to make a decision on whether or not I was going to go, because ultimately I was 16. Nobody could make me go. Life bring about crossroads, which sometimes can be very scary, trying to go to the next level or the next place in your life. But what I've come to find out is that even from the beginning of biblical times, people had to make hard choices. Oftentimes, that choice will throw you into a place to where you feel like you're worse off than what you were. And for other people, that choice that they make would take them to high levels in life to where they're grown to be very great. But what I found out is that we should not try to be what other people is, but we should only do what we feel like we're called to do. I find out that sometimes other people's shoes don't fit our feet, no matter how cute they are, no matter how nice they are, or expensive they are. Our shoes are made for our feet. So I would say that we have to do what we feel best in our heart and in our conscience to do. I know that you may be at a crossroad right now. Growing on up out of Job Corps, I faced many challenges in my life. I had to face many challenges. After I left Brunswick Job Corps, I moved back to Jacksonville. There where I went back into the area of drugs and alcohol and violence and homosexuality and different things of that nature. I still somehow made a way to be able to go to church and try to find my place in society while still fighting to come home with my dad to this drug house where they changed the door and put up a steel door there. I still made a way to not put my hands on the toxic things of the devil that will cause me to go to prison for a long time. I still somehow seemed to be able to withhold and withstand from becoming a drug addict. It was at a time that my bike was against the wall, and I was in a place that I really did not want to be in, that I got a phone call from a close friend from Job Corps and offered me to come to Brunswick. Still being broke and not having no money, I was able to gather up from one of my cousins $16, which was a one-way ticket to Brunswick, Georgia. After getting off the Greyhound here in Brunswick, Georgia, I got off with Greyhound with 35 cents in my pocket. And I worked a couple of low-end paying jobs or restaurants for a year or so. Shortly after that, I was given the opportunity to do my own car detailing business. So I started out the back of my car. I piped the bucket in there, and I piped the water hose, extension cord, and a vacuum cleaner, and a couple of cleaning chemicals. And I went around to people's house and to their job, asking them if I could wash their car. What I was asking them actually is, can you help me become great? And I made up in my mind that I was not going to settle just with somebody telling me no. I made up in my mind that that was not going to deter me from being everything God is calling me to be. But I knew that washing cars would be a stepping stone to what he had for me in the future. So after being told no many times, after being told no soliciting many times, and I kept going, kept writing down appointments till my calendar was full. After a while, I had 5 places, 5 buildings to go every week. So never know how many people in that building wanted their car done when I went. But I put them on a rotating schedule and took my business from a $35 a day business to over a $300 a day business. And then I left there, that particular place in life, and I decided that I wanted a car wash location. I did not want to do just mobile anymore. I wanted to add to the business by opening a location for which I could put one of my workers and I still be able to do mobile. At that time, that's what I did. After 7 years of doing detail and mobile, I decided to open my first location, my first car wash location. So I did that on St. Simon Island, where I had my first location. And then after that, I went on to open 3 more locations where I did mobile detailing and pressure washing. We did moving, and we did some small yard work. So while the business was yet seemed to be growing, and I was enjoying it and had people working, the economy fell. So oftentimes in life, while you think you at your highest, only 1 or 2 things can happen and you become at the bottom of the barrel again. You cannot throw in the towel. You cannot give up because the cookie crumble while you trying to climb the ladder. You have to keep climbing. I often tell people that when you can step where you need to be, then jump. But for God's sake, don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. I felt like at that time that I had to do something and I had to do it quick. Which meaning as a businessman, I knew that I had to shut down some locations, which is what I did. And I made some decisions which kept me in business. Now I have one of the most prosperous car wash business here in the Brunswick, Georgia area. Hand washes, that is. I'm proud of that. And I come to tell you that you don't have to give up because things is not working out for you. You don't have to give up. You don't have to quit. You're talking and listening to a young man that knows how to make nothing knows how to make something out of nothing. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that you only a person away from getting where God say go. God uses people. And you got to just have the right attitude, and you got to be sitting there waiting and expecting the unexpected. I know what it is to suffer. I know what it is to go through. I know what it is for it to look like that the door is never going to open. I know what it is to be homeless. I know what it is to be hungry. I know what it is to be the product of a drug addict mother and father. I know what it is to be abused. I know what it is to get slapped upside the head and beat on as a child. I know what it is to be called out your name, everything but a child of God. I know what it is for people to bet on you that you're going to lose. I know what it is for people to bet on you that you're not going to make it. I know what it is to shake somebody's hand and have them stab you in the back. I know what it is to go days without eating. I know what it is to drop out of high school or drop out of school and not have the education to back your dream. I know what it is to have bad credit and not know how you're going to get from here to there when you know you're destined for greatness. I know what it is to be aggravated because you got rent due and you got a car note due and you can't really afford to walk away from your job to start your new business. I've been there and I've done that. But I'm here to let you know that nothing beats a try. Nothing beats a try. Because you can always say, I've tried it and I know what it's going to take to do it. I've tried it before. I know when you have not tried, then you can't say you can't win. You can only win if you try. If I had gave up, if I had threw in the towel, if I had said I could not and cannot do this, then I wouldn't be where I'm at. But I thank God that he gave me the strength, that he gave me the energy, and he gave me the willpower to get to where I'm at. Being homeless and growing up the way I grew up at the time, I could not understand it. At the time, I thought that I was just going through some stuff and I was one that me and my brothers and sister was the only one going through this. I didn't understand the purpose he had for me. I didn't know that me sleeping in the cars with my mama and sleeping on people's porch and sleeping in drug houses was making me strong so that when the wind blew and I was in business, I wouldn't quit. I didn't know that it was my boot camp because he was going to send me to a city with no family. And I would have to stand up in that city and make a name for myself all by myself. Being here over 20 years right now, a little over 20 years, I've been able to accomplish having 13 car washes, 1 cell phone store, and a gift shop. I've been able to accomplish becoming the author of the Kenneth Smith Story, a book that you can find on lulu.com. I've been able to accomplish being a life coach, a radio personality with the new Joy 100.3 with the Kenneth Smith Let's Talk show. I've been able to accomplish great things. I've been able to employ over 100 and something people over a period of time. There's great things that God has allowed me to do. I've been able to befriend judges and doctors and lawyers and the mayor of Brunswick, Georgia, and different ones. I've been able to become a life coach and went on from being a life coach to a master life coach. I'm certified and able to push you and help you get to your next destiny. What we not going to do, we not going to give up. What we not going to do, we not going to make excuses. What we are not going to do, we not going to quit. I am here for you, and we are going to push it to the next level, the next dimension. I don't know what race you are. I don't care. I don't know what religion you is. I don't care. I'm in a judgment-free zone when it comes to coaching you. I just want to see you reach your potential, reach that you want to reach. Let's come up with a plan. Let's develop what we need to do to get you to that next place in your life. I want to come to your city. I want to come to your church. I want to come to your company. I want to talk to your people so we can get to the next level in business, so we can get to the next level in whatever it is that you're trying to do. I believe you can win. I believe you can be great. Listen, this is your Master Life Coach, Kenneth Smith. I want you to reach out to me on my Facebook page, Life Coach Kenneth Smith. Like that page, watch my videos, definitely subscribe to this YouTube page, and I'll see you next time. May God bless.